Hello, I'm Robert Ricciardelli with Visionary Advancement Strategies. Joyce and I have been blessed to be hosted by Steve and Kathy Gray in the World Revival Church. Steve and Kathy are not only founders of the World Revival Church, but among many other things, they are the producers of the Emmy-nominated Steve and Kathy Show. Now, you guys, just in my short time here, and this has been wonderful getting to know you, you guys have navigated well the balance. We talked about media and how powerful it is, and going forward, it's going to be powerful to reach the world, reach the globe with the good news. And so you have this balance of being a personality or being exposed to the media, getting the message out, and then the humility side. So in my opinion, you guys have navigated that well. How do you do that? How do you practically do that? Wanting to get the message as we're doing partly here in this interview and down the road, and keep the humbleness or the perception of humility in the midst of, we need to get the message out, and we'll do this as explosive as God allows or shows us to do so.
I think with me at least, the brokenness that I experience has been invaluable. And we see leaders in our own church that are really up and coming, and we know they're going to have to go through some brokenness too if they're going to be really effective. I was very fortunate with the Smith outpouring that I got a lot of media attention back then, kind of saw what it was. And so I think if you want to be on TV, you probably shouldn't be, if you want to be that bad. I don't really have a desire to be on TV or the center of attention, but I know that I'm going to have to be. Like we said, I need to work with media. I got to be there. But it's not my desire to get that attention. But I think the brokenness that comes, these pastors we talk about, if they're down in the deep pit right now, good. Get them out of there. But always remember that place of where you came from. And I'm not afraid to admit my nothingness and give him everything. And so that's just a place where the media is a powerful tool unless we use it for self-promotion. I think a lot of pastors, they preach for their own self-esteem, and they're saying words so they'll come back and get their own self-worth out of their own preaching. And you've got to be broken of your own value, what you're valued for, that you're not preaching for your own self-worth. I have to be preaching for God's worth. I'm nothing. This has nothing about me. It's not my opinion. I'm not trying to please myself. It's all about him. And I'm validated by him. If I just have him, I'm good enough. I just need him. And from out of that then flows that. So in that, I think the media is a terrible thing if the wrong motives get in. It can wreck us. But if we have a simplicity about us, a humility about us, then it's a great tool, and we need that.
Amen. We've only got a few minutes left. What is next for you and Kathy? What is next on the agenda for you guys as you're going forward? I know there's some great things happening. If you want to touch on a few of those things before we close.
Well, one of the things is we're shocked at the open door that we're finding in traditional areas that I thought were closed or closed off. For instance, I think the media in America has a bad reputation. They sometimes don't speak so great to us, but we look at them, they're the left-wing liberals and all that, but I found they're hungry for God too. And we're going to go after some of those people because they're powerful. They're able to reach way beyond what I can reach. So we have worked out a system. We're going after them. I'm going to go on more secular and not Christian programs to tell them about the power of God. And so that's one of the things. The Steve and Kathy show is a big blessing because it's finding acceptance outside of Christianity. And so we're using humor the same stuff we're talking about here. We're using humor and satire to tell this to the people about the presence and power of God. So that's that. Then we're right now juggling what to do with our church and how much media coverage do we want to do. I personally feel like if we get that breakthrough, I think millions of people will be refreshed by what God's done here. So I guess we're ready now. We got it set inside. We're ready really to go outside to our cities and to the nations, really. And I think that's what we're going to do. I think that's what's ahead.
Amen. In fact, we're going to show some clips right now of highlights from the Steve and Kathy show.
Yeah. But what's this with trying to Christianize good health as though cleanliness is next to godliness? Listen, I've just about had enough of those folks trying to get me to get all those health products so I can be more sanctified.
Oh, come on, Steve. You know, let's don't get so tough on all these people. We need all the health help we can get.
Oh,
I think.
Kathy, I guess you're right. There are a lot of good people out there trying to give us better health habits, right? But this one guy calls me up and he says, I've got some anti-aging cream that you just got to buy. It was made in the Holy Land. And I think, oh, yeah, now I'm going to have a Holy Land spiritual experience if I use this cream.
Yeah.
He even had a Christian eyebrow makeup kit that he said I ought to buy for you. And I thought, oh, man, I've got to get Kathy free of those pagan eyebrows and get her some Christian eyebrows.
Okay.
I heard my mom tell my daddy that he needed to be more romantic, but he said he can't.
So what happened? Did they get a divorce?
No, silly. The pastor at my church fixed him right up.
How did he do that?
Our minister doesn't preach. He does cool magic tricks and talks about God. Maybe the minister did a bippity-boppity-boo over
No, it wasn't magic. He just gave my daddy a special romantic pill.
What did he give your mom?
A treadmill.
Door to door evangelist guy.
Just when we thought we were safe and sound in our homes, you show up and start knocking. Armed only with a few tracts, a Bible, and that perky smile, you're ready to tick off half the neighborhood.
You better start running.
Girl Scout cookies, good. You at our door on a Saturday morning, bad. Very bad.
You gotta love those cookies.
Well, he asked me how my day was going, and I told him, fine, I'm having a fine day, standing in line to purchase this pack of gum. I put my hand on his shoulder, Kathy. I put my hand on his shoulder, and suddenly he whips his head around and looks at me straight in the eye, kind of like I'm Charles Manson or you know, O.J. Simpson or the Boston Strangler or Darth Vader, you know. And as he turned around, I noticed he had this funny thing in his ear, and it said Bluetooth on it. And I'd been talking for 25 minutes to a complete stranger who didn't even know I was talking to him.
This has been bothering me all year. Now, I noticed that you brought a lot of stuff for me. But I want you to know you can stick it up the church chimney. I want money. That's what I want. That's what I want, huh? That's what I want.
Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey. Got a wonderful wife, 2 swell kids, a good job, and now this! Ha 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 ha! Someday we'll recall the greatest day of all. Oprah, I love you. Oprah
Steve, thanks once again for the hospitality you guys have shown Joyce and I. It's a pleasure for us to be here with you guys, with both of you, and we look forward to partnering with you in the future and watching what God does through this church and through what He's going to do in the nations as we bring the good news of the gospel of His kingdom to the nations.
Yeah, thanks.